Hello everyone, today we are drawing Nikola Tesla here. This is going to be the full drawing. I might do a couple of races and all that. It's blurring up a bit. 1 second, just getting in. Come on, hurry up. We're drawing Nikola Tesla. I know it's a little blurry right now, but it should start to unblur. Camera. There we go. So what we want to start with here is probably the start of the face. Let's draw a circle. Just start with just a circle. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. God damn, why is this thing blurring up so much? It's insane. I'm going to bring it a little closer, hoping that will have less of a chance to blur up, and you guys can see the circle a little closer. So you can see his face is on just a slight angle. It's barely even noticeable, but it is slightly on an angle. It's not like perfectly straight. You can see just a slight turn to it, so don't make your line straight up. Do it like a little curve, not a huge one, just a little. Then you want to, that's just for the jaw. I may have done that a little too curved. You want it to be closer to straight, like that. And then just add that little part there. And that's basically his jaw. Now we start with the pieces that are on his jaw. Then we go up, and then his thing circles here like that, as like to protect his ears, I'm pretty sure, of some sort. Then connect that. Already looking more and more like him, right? I think I may have made that a little small though. It needs to be a little larger. Yes, even better. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, now there we go. Connect that earpiece. There. Now that is even better because I made it a little larger just to show it a little more. You can really see it shines out from most of the other parts. Now we are going to make this part, just go slightly up and then attach it. It's going to be slightly longer than the previous one, just slightly. Or it looks like it's slightly longer. Okay, then we're going to erase that. Actually, that looks slightly shorter. But from the angle that it kind of looks longer because it's not as squished down as this one. Now we just add this. Then we add a little line because the hair actually covers most of that. The hair covers it a lot actually, so don't worry about making this one perfect. Though I still recommend trying on it. But that's so far what you got here. This is a pretty good starter point here. Now, I would start with the nose, because the nose is the easiest to change on him right here. You might have to change it a few times. I'm sure I changed it a few times last time I made it. Now you just go connect it here. Just like a slight drop. And then we continue on this side. Now we just... It's kind of like a Squirtle's mouth, honestly. There we go. Now we have his teeth. Squirtle doesn't have teeth, though. But now we have to do it like this so it looks like it's curving around. So his mouth clearly opens up pretty far. That's just a starter mouth right there. It's not the full thing. Like, honestly, it doesn't look proper yet, but continue these steps and you might have to do a few changes, like I'm going to for sure. Yep. Now I'm going to bring this here, bring it downwards, make sure it connects. Perfect. And now we get started on his eyebrows. And, oops, made that a little too, there. That's a little better. Just so it makes a little more sense to you here. That's his eyebrow. The face is not looking bad, actually. And now we just do the same eyebrow on this side. That little line there is easy to erase, you know. Erasing is one of my big things here. Sometimes it doesn't... Oh, it looks like they are on different levels, but his eyebrows are angled a bit differently here because one eye is actually closed and it's this eye. So to make that eye, just make a line, curve, and then just add a bit of that texture for eyelashes. We can get into all the coloring once we get out our pen when it's time. Now we get to his eyes. He goes here with his eyes, and now there's hair covering it there, so we just need to do this. Yep, now his eyes are kind of like stars for some reason. I think they mostly did it for like the spark of humanity, or I think he was the advancement of humanity or something like that. But just do that. Just scribble a bit, you know. I just scribble a bit for the beginning. We'll get into all the detail once we get the pen out. But now, since we've done all that, up here, make his hairline. And now, we just bring that here. And now it goes down. Now it retreats back up. His hair is all kind of like kelpy and stuff. There we go. Now you can just bring it right back like that. Now time for the next side, because it's obviously not completely done, but all like that. Okay, now I'm zooming out here because this hair actually doesn't end there. Well, it actually does end there, I should say, because it ends here, and then there's another one like attached right beside it, doing all this. And now we just do that. You know, he has lots of strands of hair. This is a very detailed drawing here. Lots of different strands, so make sure to get it right, because he will only have a few shots. Like last time I drew him, I actually made his face look a little crooked, and I did not like that. So this is why I'm thinking of like redrawing him here. So it looked good, honestly, but just wasn't the best style for him to be in. Now we just make that. It's one of the smaller pieces, just to add more detail, you know, since detail does matter a whole bunch in here. I know that wasn't in there. I'm just adding it for more detail since I made a little too big of a gap. I'm going to erase that so I can make the gap a little smaller. And now we just erase the top there. I feel like there's a lot more there to it, but it's all covered in black, so we'll somehow get that working, you know. So now since we've done that, there's a little thing poking out here, then here, here. Now you just this one you gotta connect to his head, basically. Just do that, since his hair actually does end up doing that. It's weird. So don't worry about this. I know it looks a little dumb right now, but it's not finished. It's not finished at all. So now we're just going to spiken it up. Just make it sharper angles. I'm making it a little too many and too sharp though. My bad for showing you a bit false information. It's to get the more kelpy effect here. Okay, now we add this hair. We're back onto hair. This one just connects like that to an even larger strand that just goes like that. So far, if you guys have enjoyed this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And also, make sure you do each detail if you want to get the desired drawing that I showed you in the thumbnail. I know it may not look like much right now, but it does end up pretty good in the end. I'm hoping, because I'm right now drawing it, and I don't know how it will end up, other than how I'm drawing it right now. So honestly, I'm pretty proud of it right now. This is just to show the blood that's trickling down his face. Honestly, I feel like he should have survived. There's so many... They always gotta kill off the best characters, except for Jack the Ripper. They didn't kill him off. I love that character. I don't know why. He's just an amazing character. But Nikola Tesla was definitely close up there to being one of the best. He could have won against Hercules for sure. I think so. Would have caught him by surprise and just... Except for he also has such pride, he might also lose against Hercules too. Like, that would be an interesting fight to see, not gonna lie. But of course, we didn't get to see that. I think he would have lost to Hades for sure, since Beelzebub. Damn, I forgot how to say his name. Beelzebub. Okay, I think I'm saying it right. Since he actually lost to Hades multiple times. So, yeah, I think that's kind of how it's working here. Though, we all still love Nikola Tesla. One of the best characters, obviously. There's so much detail in his armor, too. He made him the real-life Tony... Well, not real life, but... He became the anime Tony Stark. To be honest, I like this guy way more than Tony Stark, though. I know, I've only watched a few not Iron Man's, Avengers, and Spider-Man movies. I'm not really big on those movies. Yeah, but I have watched a few. Deadpool is definitely my favorite superhero, without a doubt. That guy's hilarious. Oh, Ryan Reynolds plays him. One of the best actors in the world. I wonder if they threw Adam Sandler in a superhero costume. Who the hell do you think he would be? Honestly. Baggy shorts guy. The superhero of baggy shorts. If you're not wearing baggy shorts, he'll shoot you with his short gun. Anyways, let's get back to the anime theme. Because I sound stupid. And I really need to stop sounding stupid for a little bit. Why is this here? There we go. Okay, there we go. That's looking pretty good. Now, bring this here. I'm pretty sure that's for shading. We'll obviously get into that. It's not looking bad. Not looking spectacular either, but, you know, it will soon enough, hopefully. There's so much armor on him, I do not know how he got hurt. I like to do that. If you guys don't have enough room, just make a line. Then put their name, maybe their title, like the real magician or some stuff like that. I like to do that because it really helps when I make a drawing too small, for sure, or too high up, like he's too high up. I think I made his neck not curved in enough. So I'm gonna put simple, because this is actually a pretty simple drawing in the title, because I hit my head here. Pretty simple, right? This is all a very simple drawing. Now, since we got the outline of him, we start outlining him. You can go multiple times back and forth. Honestly, I think it makes the drawing look a little better sometimes. Sometimes it's the opposite, but I've only had that happen a few times. Don't try to improvise too much when you see something wrong with a pen drawing, because you know you can't go back on it if you don't like it. I've done that quite a few times by accident. Ended up ruining the drawing lots. I should have just stuck to the original drawing, but no. Had to be special. There we go. I like to start on the simpler details because, you know, simpler the better. But at this point, I think we have to start on the eyes. Now that's a very difficult eye there. Like, bro, you did not need your eye to be this difficult. But we could just do what I'm doing right now. Make it all sparky kind of looking. And then put a bunch of different patches of his eye like this. I think that's actually working, I think. Okay, I'm gonna erase that a little bit to see how I like it. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, I like it. That's working. Oh my god, that's amazing. I did not expect that. We're gonna make the hair so we don't get confused and accidentally mess up. I don't like messing up, including on accident. Like if I mess up on purpose, I'm like, shit. But if I mess up on accident, I'm like, I really did that. Just because I got too cocky of my drawing. It's not fun. But, you know, life is life when it comes to drawing. Drawing is a very hard thing. Including the master. Including because, like, I'm not even close to some of the half-decent drawers in the world. I guess I would say I'm half-decent. But that's about it. Like, my great-grandma thinks I should sell my art. I'm looking at her, and then I'm just playing all these, like, TikToks in my head. Like, no, I can't. I just tell I'm not good enough. Which I'm definitely not good enough. I'm not lying. Yeah, but she thinks I'm good enough. I've seen her paintings. They're like, really good. Even for, like, this day and age. She drew a landscape, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was really good, honestly. Very impressive. She has it all around her house, and it looks really nice. It's very surprising how nice it actually looked. Pretty sure that's also where my mom began to want, like, paint when she was younger. But my mom doesn't paint anymore, so. Ooh, I think I improvised too much with his nostrils. I made him look like a pig. No. I can still come back from that. Easy. If you're like, what is the mouth going to do with it? Absolutely nothing. It's not the mouth. It's not the mouth at all. I'm just using the mouth because it will look cooler with the mouth done. But it doesn't help at all with the nose problem. There we go. Let's get this strand here. Seems I went through the strand on my drawing. That's a little bad. But, you know, fixable. Fixable, but bad. Fixable, but bad. Well, each time I, like, if I take a second to look at this, I'm like, this is really good. Like, really good. It's surprising me, honestly. I'm never usually this good. This is going to be one of my best drawings. For sure, it has to be. I'm hoping. Hope. I got hope. It's still alive, everybody. Anyways, let's keep on drawing. I'm going to start with the hair. Well, not start, but keep going with the hair, I should say. I hope, because I don't have enough ink and I'm going to use a smudger, it doesn't ruin my drawing. It shouldn't. They normally make my drawings better, but, you know, it happens sometimes where things that normally make your drawings good ruin your drawing. It happens a lot, actually, for artists. There we go. I improvise a bit when I'm making the hair. Maybe I want to make it a little larger or what. Like, some people on TikTok, they're just rude. Even if my drawing is actually one of my best drawings, they're like, it's ass. Then there's the other kind of people who are, like, really supportive of drawings. You know, the ones that follow and, like, watch every single post because they're actually interested. Like, some people are just rude and have nothing good to say. So, you know what the parents always say? Don't say it. Including because you're a 5-year-old on YouTube who literally posts and gets like 50 views, okay? Maybe shut up. You're not that important. It wasn't even, he had like 37, 38 followers. Wasn't that impressive. Like, bro, you're not the shit. Look at this. Look. I'm pretty sure I'm seeing perfection. So zip it. Silence yourself. Yeah, I just like it when people say my thing is shit. Like, if I say my thing is shit and they agree, I'm fine with that. But if I say my thing is one of the best things I've ever made, and they say it's shit, oh, I want to strangle them. I want to go to their house, even if they're 5 years old, and shoot them. But I don't do that. Mostly because I don't know where they live. I feel like this is less of a drawing tutorial, me just getting pissed off at all these people who are like, your drawing is shit. Like, I know there's room to work on it. But, seriously. Now I'm going to... Someone was like, you used one of those, like, grid things. Like, where you put it underneath the paper, and then it just does that for this drawing right here. Because I did it in only using 8 lines. Like, going straight from head to eyes. All that in just 8 lines for that entire drawing. It's not even finished. I was just doing that for just a little fun, hoping that it would be a good challenge. It was a good challenge, but that guy clearly didn't like it. Didn't agree with it either. Like, bro, I bet you're not a pro artist, so once you become a pro artist, you can argue another artist. Including because I know you have less followers than me. Like, by a lot. Okay, if you want to argue with me, get more followers. I feel like I'm doing a live stream, but not a live stream. This is exactly what I do during live streams, but I'm not doing a live stream right now. Honestly, for some reason, TikTok is so much more supportive than YouTube. On YouTube, they're all like, I'm the best, so I can make fun of you. Even though they're not the best, they're clearly, like, way below me. But, and then TikTok, they're actually really nice. And I'm posting this drawing on my TikTok because this is good shit. I'm loving it. Okay. There. That's looking nice. Now, it's time to close this up. It's not completely done. I'm going to draw the blood with a permanent marker. I do permanent markers because I don't want to afford to spend, I can't afford expensive markers. Plus, if I do get money, I want to buy an axolotl. I got my entire tank set up, though I'm waiting to get my, like, I need to get the perfect temperature, perfect habitat for my axolotl once I get it, because I want it to live the happiest life it ever can. Or 2 axolotls, because that's actually what I'm trying to get. Because I want 2 axolotls, because I got a 40-gallon tank. Apparently you can fit them in, they can be happy in a 20-gallon. Yeah, 40-gallon for 2 salamanders? That sounds amazing. I've always wanted, like, a little salamander. Like an actual salamander, not an axolotl. But an axolotl is even better, because I love fish. I love them. And, yeah, I got 2 tanks, actually. Actually, I have 4, but I'm only using 2. Yeah, I used to be a big fish guy. Still am. I still love fishing and all that. Well, actually, when I was younger, I never actually went fishing. I begged my dad, but each time he took me, he would take me to this place with no fish every single time. It's insane. Fishing is quite fun. Just sitting on a boat all day, just waiting for a fish to bite. I've only caught pike so far. Probably because I've only gone to a lake with pike, and only pike. Actually, I'm pretty sure there was a couple other kinds, but I didn't catch it. Pretty sure my sister caught one by accident. Like, she was saying hers is bigger than mine. I look at her and like, no. Mine's slightly bigger. Notice how I use the word slightly. It was literally, they looked the same, but mine was actually slightly bigger. Just slightly, bro. So I don't want it talking back to me. Okay, now we're gonna curve this here. Make sure not to mess any of this up. Well, you can put them in different spots. I'm not actually doing it exactly like the image. So, yeah, you do you, right? I love this pen. This pen works so well. There, I had to add that little bit just to make it look more natural. Just a little more natural, right? Dun 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 dun. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. How much scratches do you need, bro? He has a lot of scratches. That's how you can tell he's fighting hard, bro. This guy is insane with these scratches. There we go. Ooh, it looks like it's blending in with the eye a little too much there. But I think that's still fine. Personally. But I feel like I still could have done better with that. I'm doing that just for a little more detail, you know? More detail the better. You guys can make details however you want. This is just how I'm making my details. There we go. Anything else? Oh yeah, there's little bits of like pieces from his Valkyrie. I'm pretty sure, because his body breaks along with the Valkyrie, I'm pretty sure. So if his actual body doesn't take damage, I'm pretty sure it shows up on his skin taking damage. So that's actually a pretty cool thing. I am so sad that he died though. Like, that was an epic last move that would have finished like half of them off. Like, most gods would have been dead by that. They would have had no clue that was happening. But why do you do it on the, like, how? How does he block that? Come on, man. That is not what we wanted to see. There we go. this goes here. We're gonna, it's like a start turning point there. Scratch that a bit. Well, not scratch, it's more like shading a bit. Though I am gonna shade more later, but by later I mean like not in the next video, like this video, but just somewhere else. Holy shit. It looks so much better on camera. Sure, this looks amazing, but it looks way better. Whew. Getting excited. Including because, like, even the eye looks perfect from there. From here, it doesn't look perfect, but it looks perfect. Now, this is really impressive now. It's turning more and more impressive by the second. This part is like really wrecked, bro. Wow, this is like really wrecked here. Damn. Whew. You can tell this thing is almost broken. So that's why I really like Record of Ragnarok. They add so much detail. Harder to draw, but it looks so much better in the end game. That's why they always make stuff that look amazing. Okay, we're going to erase the rest of the lines so we can start on our pencil. You know, there's a few remaining lines. You gotta do a once over once again. I'm going to draw a line with a pen here. Just a line. So I can, like right here. I know you guys couldn't see it, but the line is right there. So, let's start shading. You can see underneath his tongue. I mean, not underneath his teeth. That is pretty shaded because it's the back of the tongue. This one is also pretty shaded because it's the inside of his mouth. Now let's shade the nose. You always need that shaded because that's the entire reason of this. If you accidentally get the hairs, you guys can just erase it. Also, comment down below if you've used this tutorial and show me your drawing because I would be interested in what you guys draw. Or what it would look like once you guys are done with my tutorial. Tutorials, they look amazing. I might speed this up a bit. I think it's gonna be speeded up for sure. I'm gonna speed it up. It's better to speed it up for sure. Don't want you guys getting bored from me talking about the same stuff over and over again. There we go. Actually, I might just put background music. Some shit. I don't know. We'll see at that point. You guys will obviously hear everything, and I'm just figuring out what I'm going to do before the video. But you guys are watching after I do all what I want to do with the video, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now let's get this and this. Now a lighter touch here. That's how you shade, bros. Oh, I need to sneeze. Ooh. It's only a slight change in color, I just realized. I don't think I'm pressing hard enough. I'm just going to draw a bunch of lines, and then whichever ones I don't think look good, I will erase. Like that one, and straighten that one out there. I think that's looking pretty good there. Now we will just darken all the other strands whenever we need to. And if we don't need to, we'll just gray them up because his hair has to look all the same color. Even Gojo, I do this with. Pure white hair, I still do it. I think it just adds detail, and I like detail. More detail added, it looks way better, trust. I've been drawing for 2 years as a 14-year-old. And this is what I've accomplished. Making anime characters! Yay! What do I have to show for it? A low amount of viewers, a low amount of everything, right? So, since it's so low, would you guys help out and like and subscribe? It's actually really low. I need way more. I gotta see people get the same amount of likes that I get in views. And views are just a small part of it, so. Yeah, not very happy about that. YouTube fans do not favor me anymore. They used to love me. Literally. They would help a lot. I got 360,000 views on one of my TikToks. But now, hates me, right? Okay. I think now it is time to start shading. If you're wondering why it looks like this, it's because I had to use tape to hold it together. It's all breaking apart here. I use it so much. Definitely worth getting a smudger. Smudges the entire paper. Well, not entire paper, just wherever you throw it. See, it's getting darker to lighter. It might shake the camera a bit because I have to press real hard in order for this thing to work. It's too old. If I had a new one, it probably would work better, probably. I've never actually, I don't remember when I first got it. It was so long ago. But I've been using it all these years, so. Well, actually, it's been 2 years since I started drawing anime. I've been drawing dinosaurs for, like, since I was 9. No, less than 9. 8. Yeah. I got this kit because I was drawing dinosaurs, so that's how old this is. It was one of those fancier looking kits. But, you know, lost half of the pieces. I just had to lose half of them. Like, see this? This was a part of another kit that I got from my grandma. Because, like, I'm pretty sure my uncle had a drawing kit and he just never used it because none of the pieces were missing. None of them even looked used. It looked brand new. Looks like he got it and just gave up on it. Like, bro. But now he lives in my, step-grandpa's basement that I don't even talk to, so. Yeah. My grandma's ex-husband. Ah, it's crapping. Now I'm just talking about my life when I could be playing music and just adding a background sound, but no. I'll make it interesting for you guys. Instead of just a simple background, you're gonna hear me. Maybe. I'll see when I post the video. Imagine I talked for all this time just to not do it. I could have just listened to music, but no. Oh, my hand is hurting. Now smudge it in, smudge it in. There we go. I like that smudging. think I'm getting better and better at drawing each day now. Oh, just a little bit on the nose. I don't need this anymore. I am independent. Because I only have a few things left. That's the only reason. So, if you guys enjoyed... Oh, wait, no. I'm going to put his name... put it in Sharpie. Hold on. Should I say Tesla or Nikola Tesla? Will I put a little Nikola here and then just Tesla? No. Too late. There we go. Tesla. Oh, did it? It lagged out just in that moment. Why? Well, here it says Tesla. So, if you guys enjoy this drawing tutorial, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.